Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be covering the Doomsday Heist Act 1 finale and showing you how to make 1.2 million doing this heist. So first things first, there's a few things that you need to make sure you're ready for this mission. But the obvious one is make sure you're full on armor and ammo. In this mission we're going to be using a lot of rockets. Rockets are expensive, but they're fun and they are a great way to get through the mission without getting killed. Second thing to note is not really important, but the vehicle really doesn't matter in this heist. You're really just making your way to the IIA building. So it's a short drive, regardless of what vehicle you drive. You don't necessarily need the weapons. We choose this one for the machine gun capability because when we do get there, there's a bit of a firefight. And that's why we choose to use the Insurgent. And last thing to note on this mission, well, and pretty much every co-op mission you do, is to come in with a plan and cover your allies. So make sure that you're not running in front of your allies, especially if they're using rockets, and especially the way we play, so definitely don't run in front of the rockets. So it's important to also note that we are doing this mission on hard. And the reason we're doing this on hard is because we get the extra 25% payout. It's not a really difficult mission, but hard obviously increases the incentive to finish it. And we run these missions quite a bit. And it's pretty profitable. So we arrived at the IA site and we were kind of opening fire. We shoot a couple rockets just to clear the way. Not much of a fight if you didn't have the Insurgent. It's pretty easy to just basically shoot the enemies. There's not too many of them. Once we do enter the site, our strategy is basically I take the left side and Luna takes the right side. It helps us stay out of each other's way, and we kind of do a dual attack against the enemy. We shoot, we clear, and we make sure, I guess, there's no enemies before we proceed. In this case, you see Luna run up. He's a bit more of an aggressive player than I am. I play a bit more defensive. I do stay back. So continuing through the facility here, I shoot the right side there. Across that hallway area, there's going to be enemies that shoot you, kind of flank you if you make a run too quickly. So I like to just take my time and clear that area before going forward. Great. And at this time, I usually switch to a sniper. I do have a thermal scope on this Mark II sniper gun. Gives me the ability to see where the enemies are. If I have a shot, I'll take the shot. At that distance, it's pretty tough to get a rocket to them. I mean, it is possible, but they're kind of hard to see, so I'd rather just kind of use the precision at this point. At this point, I'm continuing just to shoot into the general area if I see any movement. Making sure I cover my partner there. And this shot, perfect example of that. I did create a short for this one, covering my partner. He ran in front of me. I was going to use a rocket, but he's lucky that I switched to sniper gun, or else he would be dead, and we would fail the mission, obviously, because we get 0 lives. So continue to press forward. Just for fun, we started using grenades here. Narrow corridor. You can blast, you can use grenades, you can machine gun, and my favorite, rocket. I do understand that rockets are pretty expensive. You will probably see me reload the ammo halfway through the battle. But again, we are doing hard, we don't want to risk it. So Luna, taking a bit more of an aggressive approach, moves forward. So I quickly move as fast as I can and covering him. So we always want to get the ones across from the other side of the hallway. They come through the door, so we want to make sure we get them before we proceed. We don't want to get surrounded and flanked. Oh, missed one there. Got him. Another one. Okay, so I'm just waiting. Like Luna's ready to press forward, so it's pretty clear for me. I get her behind cover here. And same strategy. I'm always on the left. Luna's always going to be on the right. And we have that plan right from the beginning. It just makes it a lot easier for us. I would be curious to see how more than 2 players handle this act. We've always only done this as 2. I'm assuming maybe they go to the other floors and clear. But yeah. Continue going down the stairs. Pretty straightforward. They don't really rush us. This part is slightly tricky because there's a hallway to the left and there's buildings in each kind of the conference rooms. So you can see from the red dots are kind of surrounded. If you ran out to the hallway, you would basically get surrounded. So we like to take our time a bit here and stay within this doorway and kind of luring the enemies to this choke point and shooting them where we can. And you can see there's a lot of different bullets coming from everywhere. And being on hard, they hit a bit harder, as well as there's a bit more of them. I like to go the other room and clear, and make sure that we're not going to get attacked from the back. And then continuing to proceed through the hallway. Right, we're going to continue to clear. I don't know why I looked up there. There's only 1 floor. But we continue to make our way down. And in this case, we don't use rockets because we're close quarter. We only use rockets if we know we have a clear shot. So we're going to shoot into this area. Grenade, I guess it was the option. Much easier. We're blindly throwing grenades. And then once we relatively clear on the enemies, there's only 3 of them left. We're going to start trying to gun our way there. Got 1. Should be a couple more. And I think this is the part where something odd happens, and you'll see it coming up. We're home free. We're pretty much 2 enemies away from beating this mission, and boom. I don't see it. I don't know what happened. Luna told me that there was an explosion. And yeah, we failed the mission. But the good news in this is there is restart. We weren't going for the, I guess, complete elite challenge. We just wanted to do it. We still get paid the same amount. So we luckily hit the checkpoint, which was that door. So great. We just have to redo that part again. And I've asked him what happened. And he said there was an explosion that killed him. So at this point, I'm saying to him, okay, just don't walk into an explosion. We didn't use any rockets. We don't know what happened. But, lessons learned, I guess. Don't get killed. So we're going to proceed and do the exact same thing again. Sorry, everyone, to have to see this twice. But it's a good fight. And we pretty much do the exact same. Oh, no, actually, I didn't use grenades this time. I'm just opening fire because I'm trying to figure out what killed us. And I think it was an explosion. Again, my camera view was off. I didn't see what happened. Use my trusty rockets to blow up whatever I need to blow up. And just keep shooting until all the red dots are gone. 1 left. I think we were more careful. We didn't want to charge because we didn't want to die again. Again, it doesn't really matter that much because we did hit a checkpoint. That's a good thing about these missions. There's several checkpoints through, and just knowing where those checkpoints are. So even if you are playing a difficulty like hard where you don't have extra lives, if you die, you just restart from the checkpoint. So that's pretty much the end in terms of enemies you have to shoot and I guess difficult parts of the mission. This is basically where it gets fun. So basically you just control this panel and you just shoot everything on the screen. It's actually a really fun portion of Act 1. It's one of the reasons we like doing this mission. You get this massive gun to shoot pretty much anything that moves around the base. I think we have never failed this part of the mission. Again, it's pretty straightforward. So at that point, we should be pretty much finished this mission. There's only, I guess, a couple of vehicles left to go. So at this point, I'm going to cut through the last cutscene here. As you can see, we finished the mission. 1.2 million, split in half. I get 600k. Luna gets 600k. Obviously, we didn't hit the elite challenge, but we may try for that someday. But you know, once again, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe the video for more content, and I will see you in the next video.